For years, if you wanted a serious streaming setup, everyone gave the same advice. Buy a GoXLR. It has physical sliders, hardware routing, and one big control unit. But in 2026, creator setups are different. They're software-driven, modular, and expandable. So the real question is, do you still need a dedicated hardware mixer? Or is there a smarter way to build your audio pipeline? Today, I'm breaking down why a Wavelink 3.0 setup with a XLR MK.2 and a Stream Deck Plus XL might actually make more sense. The GoXLR made perfect sense when streaming setups were hardware first. You needed physical faders, you needed routing control, everything lived inside one box. And at the time, that was powerful. But modern creator workflows aren't built like that anymore. Most of us already use OBS, we already use plugins, we already route audio digitally, so we're living inside of software. So instead of asking what hardware should I buy, the better question is, what is the smartest system? So everything should start with the Wavelink 3.0. This becomes your digital mixer. Inside the Wavelink, I can control the microphone, game, music, browser, chat, and even monitoring mix, fully independent. And now with built-in processing like EQ, compressor, expander, and VST insert support, I'm not relying on a giant hardware box to shape my sound. The mixing actually happens in software. It's clean, organized, and flexible. And when your mixer is software-based, it scales with you. This is just the raw audio that I currently have. Now I'll turn on the compressor. So this is now what it sounds like with the same microphone at the same distance. And as you can see, it sounds a lot more in depth. It sounds a lot more cleaner and better for your ears. So now with the same mic and in the same distance, I'm going to enable the EQ, otherwise known as the equalizer. And as you can see, this helps process my audio without even having to do anything else. Now let's go over to input and monitoring and enable the clip guard. Clip guard helps you prevent loud noises that happen in the burst of the moment. So like if you're laughing or screaming or something along those lines. So that control used to require external hardware, now it lives directly inside the software pipeline. And that's the main shift. Inside Wavelink, I separate everything intentionally. My microphone runs through the XLR into its own channel. Then my game audio is isolated, music is separate, and also the browser audio is separate. And the important part is the difference between monitor mix and stream mix. With a traditional hardware mixer, what you hear is usually what gets sent out. But inside Wavelink, I can lower music in my headphones without lowering it for the audience. Also, I can mute something for stream, but still hear it locally. So that level of separation gives you more control than fixed hardware routing. And that's where the flexibility really shows up. Now let's look at how this connects inside of OBS. Instead of pulling directly from hardware, OBS pulls from the Wavelink's stream output. That means everything I just configured flows into OBS as a clean, controlled mix. If I adjust something in Wavelink, you'll see it reflect here immediately. So that separation keeps everything organized. And if I want to isolate something for recording but not streaming, I can do that here. This is where software routing really wins. Then you pair it with the all-new XLR MK.2. This is where hardware still matters. You can get a clean XLR input, hardware-based DSP, gain protection, clip protection, audio gain, and even direct monitor. But notice the difference. This isn't a giant all-in-one mixer trying to do everything. It's a focused hardware design to support a software-driven pipeline. So if I upgrade my mic, I keep the interface. If the software improves, I update it. I'm not locked into one big ecosystem box. It's modular, and modular systems age better. Now here's when people usually ask, what about the physical control? That's where the Stream Deck Plus XL comes in. Using Wavelink integration, I can adjust the mic gain, control monitoring, mute channels, change levels, and even switch profiles. And because it's customizable, I'm not stuck with fixed sliders. I get to build a layout that I want, which is different from a traditional mixer. So it adapts to my workflow. Now let's say that I'm currently live streaming or just recording. I have my game audio running, I have some music playing on Spotify, and I'm in a Discord call with my friends. If my music feels too loud in my headphones, I can lower it here in the monitor mix. But the stream still hears it at its normal volume. That's the level of control that I'm talking about in real-time situations. There's also a physical side to this. A large hardware mixer takes up a permanent chunk of desk space. With this setup, my interface is more compact. My Stream Deck is customizable, and if I ever change my workflow, I don't have to replace everything. If I upgrade my mic, I can keep the interface. If a new feature drops in the software, I can just update it. It's fully modular by design, and modular systems age better. Now let's be clear, I'm not saying the GoXLR is bad. It made sense when streaming setups were hardware first, but today most creators are software first. OBS is software, your plugins are software, routing is software. So building around a software engine with modular hardware support just makes more sense. It's flexible, it's scalable, and it evolves with updates. So let's break this down for different types of creators. If you're a beginner streamer, this setup gives you room to grow without locking into one big purchase. If you're a YouTuber who records, edits, and occasionally streams, software-based routing makes more sense because you're already living inside editing programs in OBS. Now, if you're a hybrid creator running Discord, music, gameplay, and recording all at the same time, being able to separate, monitor, and stream mixes become extremely valuable. And if you're podcasting, having built-in processing and VST support inside the Wavelink reduces the need for external gear. This isn't about replacing something just to replace it. It's about building around how modern creators actually work. If you really want physical faders, if you prefer hardware-only mixing, and if you don't want to rely on software at all, a GoXLR still works. But if you're already comfortable inside of OBS, already using plugins, already managing digital routing, a modular setup like this is smarter long-term. Another thing to consider is the upgrade path. With a hardware mixer, if something feels limiting later, you replace the whole unit. With a modular system, you upgrade pieces. If you want a better mic, you just swap the mic. If you need more controls, add more Steam Deck profiles. And then of course, software updates make an instant improvement. So that doesn't make you boxed in, and that long-term flexibility matters more than people realize. If I was building a setup from scratch in 2026, this is how I'd approach it. Step 1, I start with the microphone and interface. That's your foundation, so clean input matters more than anything else. Step 2, building your routing inside of Wavelink. Separate your mic, game, music, browser, and chat from day one. Step 3, configure your stream mix and monitor mix properly. That alone prevents so many beginner mistakes. And finally, add control through Stream Deck once you know what you actually need to adjust regularly. That order matters because instead of buying one big box and hoping it fits your workflow, you're building a system intentionally, and that's the difference. Now, this isn't about one product versus another. It's about the shift from the hardware mixer era to the software integrated workflow era. The Wavelink becomes the engine, the WaveXLR becomes the hardware processor, the Stream Deck becomes the control interface, and together that creates a flexible, scalable audio system. And that's the real difference. It's not just a single box, it's the ecosystem. If you're building or upgrading your system this year, think beyond just what mixer should I buy. I'll leave my setup linked below. If you want a full routing breakdown of OBS and Wavelink, just let me know down in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Peace out.